What up, gamers? Barnes here. This is a response to the RPG's very own Mouth of the South, uh, Mr. Underwood, WWAD. What would Ander do? A monolith of the RPG brigade, and he had his double odd tag video, in which I am going to respond. And you have to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 100, 1 being the highest, and 1 being the lowest, and 100 being the highest. And he asks these 10 questions, and here we go. Stamina. Depends what time of day. Normally, I game at night. I'm used to working nights, so I'm ready to go all night long if the game is good. Other people are used to working days. They get tired, say 2 o'clock, or before, whatever. Usually I'm ready. I'm pretty good, so I'm going to rate myself pretty high, 85. I played on a Skype game with Aaron, Azric83, and Martin, and Chris, and Tim, and it was early in the morning. I just didn't have the stamina. It just didn't happen. Immersive. Well, we always shoot for 100 minutes. Sometimes it's too much. I've overloaded players with detail. But I'm gonna go kind of conservative and say about 70. Even though I'm feeling a little bit more casual, maybe I'll make a video about that. Role player. I am not the best role player, but I always try. So I'm gonna go 50 on that. Work. I feel I do more work than most that I've seen out there. I've been told that some of my stuff is Tolkien in detail at times. That I have NPCs that never even get mentioned. And over the years, I've learned to not do that so much. I've lost a lot of, not lost a lot of material, but it's just part of the game, man. Sometimes you don't use material. So I'm gonna have to rate myself somewhere pretty high, probably like 85-ish, 88, maybe more. I don't know. That's conservative. How much are you like your character? Well, I can do pretty decent portrait paintings where it only looks like that person. Yeah, as a painter, I know that every portrait I've ever done has a little bit of myself in it, so I'm gonna say it's probably pretty low. It's kind of unavoidable, but usually I base my characters off some other character, so I'm gonna have to say something like 10%. An enforcer. I could be a dick. I'm gonna have to go pretty high in this too. 85. The showman. I could be pretty good, but then I get burnt out at times. I definitely get burnt out on the showman. So I'm gonna go like 50. The fumbler. I've had campaigns that hit in the last few years and campaigns that miss in the last few months. I'm about to say something like 50 on that too. The bard. Now, Ander talked about music. I mean, music is only one art form, so I use a lot of different media in my game. Even though I don't like electronic media, I do have music. But I do other things. We draw, or I draw. Other people draw, and we make models. So maps and pretty decent maps, I guess. And pretty detailed maps. And I'm gonna have to go pretty high in the bard. I'll probably have to go like 85, something like that. The challenge, am I up for a challenge as a game master? Nah. So for that definition, I'm gonna have to rate myself pretty low. As a player, I might be high. I might be into a challenge as a player because I like that kind of stuff. I'll never give up in any game. I'm not a quitter when it comes to games. I always think I can win even if I'm outnumbered. Whatever, even if the chips are down, I still want to play. So in that sense, I don't know. If you ask my players about like how I am as challenging as GM, I'm pretty challenging most of the time. Like, like there's really no such thing as a really late encounter usually. Most encounters that, I'm going to bring the battle board out. I'm going to make pretty challenging. It's going to come down to like everybody's, down if they're not thinking. Like you'll die, man. That's just fact. So I'm gonna have to go 50, I guess, because as GM, I like challenging things for the players. I like that. I don't want to be over challenged by my players. I don't want them to be throwing crazy things my way all the time. As a player, I like challenging things, so I'm gonna go 50 there because I don't like my players throwing challenging things at me all the time as a GM. But I like presenting challenging things, and as a player, I like challenging things. So that has been my double odd answer for Mr. Underwood, and talk to you all soon. Later. Thanks for watching.